to building this place and making sure we give quality food and happy people and treat everybody like family.
But tonight, the number of sick people who ate at this Mediterranean restaurant is growing, and more than a handful are in the hospital right now. Pasha on our city's northwest side remains open for business tonight, even though the health department has reports of nearly 200 cases of food poisoning with people who ate there.
Eyewitness News reporter Henry Ramos joins us now. And Henry, any idea on what has caused so many people to get sick?
Well, Jeff and Sharon, at this hour, management says they don't know, and they're working with Metro Health to figure it out. And new numbers today from the agency: 184 people reported foodborne illness after eating at the restaurant last week. 7 people are in the hospital. The Pasha Mediterranean Grill in question is on Warsbach Road, seen here. Metro Health is investigating this as a potential foodborne illness cluster. Common symptoms of foodborne diseases include nausea, vomiting, stomach cramps, and diarrhea. However, the agency reports that those symptoms may differ on the different types of foodborne diseases. Well, tonight, the director of operations says that they are working and reaching out with the people who are sick. Now, we also spoke tonight over the phone with a customer who ate there last week. She's just getting better now and has spent more than $1,000 in medical bills. The customer didn't have health insurance yet after moving here from Maine.
They gave me antibiotics. They gave me a couple IVs. They put me through x-rays on my stomach, and they realized that my food poisoning turned into colitis, so my whole intestines were inflamed.
We're going over procedures and everything with the health department. If we weren't showing that we were compliant and doing things we need to do, they would have closed us. So we're doing what needs to be done, still selling quality food, and we're going to find out what happened and do what we can to make things right.
The restaurant is cooperating fully in the investigation. Deary says nothing like this has happened in the 10 years that they have been open. And health officials encourage anyone who recently ate at the restaurant and is experiencing these symptoms to seek medical attention immediately. And we also spoke to someone who called Metro Health to report their sickness, and staff there asked him if they ate the hummus specifically. Now, Ashley, who you heard from there, she also said that she ate the hummus. But again, it is important that at this hour, the exact cause is still undetermined. Henry Ramos, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.